Hi, Anirudh here, and today I'm actually going to walk you through, let's say, AI LinkedIn Marketer Agent. So think of it like a super agent which sits within the marketing hub for us. And here, what you're seeing is what if I could automate the entire workflow of content creation, which is being created for social and being distributed, let's say, across platforms like LinkedIn Buffer and Metricool, right? So these are publishing platforms where you can schedule these posts. Now, if you think about one of the biggest challenges today is there's lots of content which is actually very worthy of LinkedIn content promotion being created internally in the company. I see conversations that happen within notes. I see PDFs and case studies being created, lots of even new pages, and they just somehow slip through the cracks. So what we can do is you can have like a repository of all the links, your Google Drive, all of that actually sit as one repository, and you can have content also coming in from, let's say, WordPress, which has all your blogs, Dropbox, let's say, which has all your files, and similarly Google Drive. Now, all of that information, you can have a content crawler agent that takes all this content, crawls through it, and you can have a criteria in terms of what kind of content you want to look for, right? You can have a prompt in terms of also, okay, look for specifically content which is great for middle, top and bottom of funnel. Content that reflects any new features that we've launched. Content that reflects, let's say, any specific work we've done for clients. Right? So you could have specific criteria for crawlers, and then that information is actually getting passed on. Once it's crawled, it'll have lots and lots of content that's crawled through. And then it'll pass through the content transformation area, where it actually converts the content into a specific format. So let's say we're doing that for LinkedIn. It creates the content in a LinkedIn format. And again, you can have the prompt for that saying, okay, create content which is 300 to 400 words long, it's professional tone, have these internal links, add an image, it has to be in these branding guidelines. So there's a lot of those prompting pieces you could add. And then that content transformation agent goes to the editor review agent. Now you can have the review process be an agent. You can also have it as a human in loop along with this. Your review agent from there can go to, you can pass that review information on also to a Slack or a Google Sheet or a Notion. So let's say you have a Slack channel internally, you could be like, oh, this LinkedIn post is created, what does the team think? And then be like, hey, this looks good, take it live, right? And then once that information is created and reviewed, now you can have that kind of pass on to a publishing and analytics agent, which essentially what it does is it's forwarding that information onto publishing tools. And then it's pulling the analytics from these different platforms and giving it back. So what today agents are doing is they're acting like nodes where humans would have done step 1 to step 2 to step 3. It is essentially combining those processes and putting them together to give you. And our first role as humans would be is we need to learn what agents come into each of these pieces. Second is how does this whole system fit together? And third is, am I really happy with the output? Can I keep iterating on the prompt or the content or the tools to finally say, do I get as close to that one-click button kind of thing? So that's essentially your entire agent. And similarly, now this is assuming you built an agent. This is obviously built with Lovable. Imagine you wanted to monetize this and sell it to people. This will combine to a combination of a back-end infra, which you use like Lyzr, a front-end like a Lovable or a Bolt connected to a Stripe. So this is a landing page which says, okay, this is, if I'm paying for this, what does the costing look like? Send us a message for a lead gen. So that's how you could kind of launch this as a full stack app or a product today and start monetizing right away. And what I showed you earlier was the blueprint. If you want to customize that and implement them within enterprises, book a demo with us or click on this and get to the studio and start customizing right away.